I did it. Check out the new.
Maya's bank account got fatter. She moved to a nice two-bedroom in Midtown. She bought a used Mercedes. She sent her mom to a better hospital. But something else was growing too. More women were messaging her, but she wasn't the type for all their husbands. She wanted slim girls. Some wanted plus size woman. Some wanted light girl. Some wanted dark skin. Maya had an idea. She couldn't be everything to everyone. But she knew girls who needed money just like she had. Girls who were beautiful and broke and desperate. She started recruiting. There was Tasha, short and curvy with a smile that made men melt. There was Keisha, tall and light-skinned with a sharp tongue. There was Nicole, plus size and confident, who could make any man feel like a king. Maya took 30% of whatever they made. She had become a madam without meaning to. She managed schedules, vetted clients, made sure her girls stayed safe and professional. The money was flowing like water now. But problems started showing up like crack in a wall. Marcus from our first client caught feelings. After 5 months, he started sending Maya long messages about how she understands him better than his wife. He wanted to leave Diana and marry Maya instead. He said he was falling in love. Maya panicked and told Diana everything. The woman was calm about it. She thanked Maya for being honest, ended the arrangement, and handed her husband privately. At least that problem got solved. But another client wasn't so reasonable. Patricia had hired Maya 3 months earlier for the same reason as most wives. She traveled for business and wanted her husband occupied. But something changed in Patricia's mind. Maybe she saw how pretty Maya was. Maybe her husband smiled different after their meeting. Maybe she realized she invited another woman into her marriage and couldn't handle it. Patricia started calling Maya at night with insult. She called her a home wrecker and worse. She said Maya has ruined everything. Even thought this was her own idea. She sent long, bitter message blaming Maya for problems that existed way before Maya showed up. The woman was mad at herself, but pouring it all on Maya. The messages eventually stopped, but the damage stayed in Maya's head. One of Nicole's clients got violent when he was drunk. He grabbed her arm too hard and left bruises. Maya had to handle it carefully because the man's wife was a lawyer who could destroy all of them if things got messy. They ended that contract early, but Maya realized how quickly things could turn dangerous. Another client husband started showing up at Maya's apartment without warning. His wife had given him the address for their meeting, but now he was coming at 1 hour wanting to talk. Maya had to move apartment and change her whole routine. She was making more money than she ever dreamed of, but she was becoming someone she didn't recognize. She looked at couples in restaurants and wondered which one had arrangements like a client. She heard her neighbors fighting and wondered if the wife had hired someone to. Marriage stopped looking like love. It started looking like a business deal with hidden curses. Then, one Tuesday afternoon, Maya got a video on WhatsApp from a number she didn't know. When she pressed play, her whole body went cold. It was a recording of her with one of her clients. The husband had filmed her without permission. The message below was clear. He wanted more meeting for free, or he would send the video to everyone, her family, her old job, the internet. Maya's hands started shaking. This wasn't just business anymore. This was her whole life about to explode. Maya forwarded the videos to the man's wife immediately. She had no other choice. Jennifer called her within minutes. Maya expected anger or blame. Instead, the woman was and cold and efficient. She told Maya not to worry. 3 days later, the blackmail stopped. Maya never knew what Jennifer did to her husband, but the video never showed up anywhere. The whole thing left Maya shaking in a way money couldn't face. She realized any of these men could destroy her at any moment. She had bank alert and a nice car and expensive shoe, but she also had secrets that could explode her entire life. One angry husband, one guilty wife, one leaked video. That is all it would take. 2 weeks later, another arrangement fell apart badly. Sandra had seemed fine with everything until she wasn't. The woman called Maya crying one night, saying she made a terrible mistake. Her marriage was dying, and instead of facing it, she paid someone to sleep with her husband. Now she couldn't look at him without feeling disgusted with herself. She blamed Maya for taking the job, even though Maya had only done what she was paid to do. Sandra's pain was real and raw. It made Maya seem clearer for the first time. She wasn't helping anyone. She was just another piece in broken people's broken games. These women weren't solving their problem. They were making them worse. And Maya was getting paid to help them do it. That night, Maya made a decision. She would finish her current contract but take no new client. She ignored messages from new women looking for her service. She helped her 3 girls find another work or go back to school. She deleted the Instagram posts that started everything she'd done before all this. She took her saved money and started a small online marketing business, the kind of work she's done before all this. The money was way less, but it was clean. She could sleep without her phone buzzing with strange requests at midnight. 6 months later, Menya was having lunch alone at a restaurant in Buckhead when she saw Diana and Marcus at a table across the room. They weren't talking to each other. They were just sitting there looking at their phone like two strangers forced to share a table. Diana looked more tired than before. Marcus looked empty. Maya looked away and finished her food. Her life was smaller now, less money, less excitement, no more expensive tree or designer's bag every month. But she was free. She didn't have to manage secret or dodge blackmail or wonder which client would become a problem next. She was building something that belonged wholly to her, something nobody could take away or use against her. She didn't regret everything. The experience had taught her things about people and marriage and money that she never forgot. She seen behind these curtains of relationships that look perfect from the outside. She knew now that a lot of marriage were just contracts that people tried to manage however they could. Love wasn't always there. Sometimes it was just two people too scared or too tired to live. She also knew she could never go back to that life. The cost was too high, not just the damage or the drama. It was what it had done to her inside. How had she become? How she stopped believing in love or trust or anything real between people. She started seeing everyone as a transaction. Every smile had a pride. Every relationship had an angel. There was no way to live. Maya paid her bill and walked out into the Atlanta sun. Her phone buzzed with a message from her mom, thanking her for the latest hospital payment. Maya smiled. Her future was uncertain and way less glamorous than it has been 6 months ago, but it was as clean and honest and that was enough. That was everything. She learned the added lesson of all. Some money costs more than it pays, so those once you walk through them change you forever. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do once you walk through them change you forever. She learned the hardest lesson of all. Some money costs more than it pays. Some doors, once you walk through them, change you forever. And sometimes the bravest things you can do is walk away from easy money and build something real instead, even if it's harder, even if it's slower, even if nobody watches or applauding or sending you $5,000 for one night walk. Real freedom isn't about how much money you have. It's about being able to look at yourself in the mirror and recognize who is looking back. Miriam's story teaches us that the desperation can make us say yes to things we normally run from. That quick money always comes with a price tag you cannot see at first. That broken people will try to use you to fix things that cannot be fixed with arrangement and contract. That marriage without honesty is just a business deal waiting to fail. And most importantly, that's the hardest thing to do is walk away from easy money when you haven't tested what it can buy. But sometimes walking away is the only way to find yourself again.